biggest mistake most of us make when we do this is, if you're not careful, you'll start angling. See, I got this one angling a little bit too much. Well, you have to keep an eye on that, folks. That's why the 6-foot rule is so important when you're painting. Always be able to stand back every couple of minutes. Now, of course, I'm in the studio here, and we're always doing this stuff kind of in a hurry, but you need to stand back now and then and take a look at what you're doing to make sure that you don't start angling. Otherwise, it's going to look funny. It's going to look like it's falling off the end of the world. See how I'm keeping these nice and flat? They're not turned up like the stone wall was on these ones right there. See, that's flat, and this one's facing you, this one's ellipsed. Same thing looking at the top of a tin can or a coffee cup. The little opening, when it's turned sideways, is more of an oval. And that's really all these are, just irregular shaped ovals. Now, all you do once you get started is you make one stroke down, like that. Now, if you want it to be a bigger brick, so you just one stroke usually is all you need. But sometimes if you want it longer, you have to make it bigger. And you leave a little space in between there. So you go to the next one. And there you have that one. I'm going to go ahead and make these a little bit bigger. So see, you just start coming across. Doesn't have to be perfect. And then, you know, the next one would go right there, and you again leave a little space for where the mortar is. And then underneath it, remember, a good brick mason will overlap the joints so that it adds a little strength to everything. See how that works? So this first step now is to go back to your number 4 flat sable brush. Okay, that's this little sable one that many of you are familiar with. It's not very big, just a little thing. You go down here and you take a little bit of white and just a touch of orange. Once again, we don't use pure white, almost never. Thin it down just a touch. Nice and creamy. Now, say the snow's drifting from the left. It can drift from either direction. Step 1 is to come in here, and for every little clump, you take it and you make a little comma stroke like this. Take your finger and kind of blend it in. So you pull it up into the little pile of weeds or brush or tree trunk, so you just pull it up in there, and this creates this, and this is the same thing for sand. If you had an object where you had some sand and you wanted to get a little sand drift, you do it. Then take your finger and blur it into the existing underpainting. They're just little comma strokes. Your finger and blur it. See how nice that works?